me stuck, breathe, deep, green, the stall, pretend, the, uh, 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 uh.
The chill of the night settled in as I nestled into the comfort of my home, the soft glow of lamplight casting a warm ambience in my living room. The clock struck midnight, and a subtle unease lingered in the air. I picked up my phone to check for messages, and that's when I noticed a message from an unknown number on WhatsApp. The sender's identity was concealed, and the message sent shivers down my spine. "I see you." A knot tightened in my stomach. I stared at the message, my mind racing to comprehend the implications. Was it a prank, a wrong number, or something more sinister? The anonymity of the sender fueled my growing anxiety. My fingers hesitated over the keyboard, contemplating a response. Instead, I decided to take a precautionary step and dialed 911. The dispatcher's voice, calm and reassuring, came through the line. "911, what's your emergency?" I explained the unsettling message I received and the unease that lingered in the air. The dispatcher assured me they would send a patrol car to check the area. I hung up, hoping the presence of law enforcement would deter any potential threat. Minutes felt like hours as I anxiously waited, glancing at my phone, expecting another message. The air in the room grew heavy, and every creak of the house seemed amplified, sending shivers down my spine. Just as I convinced myself it was a prank, a new message appeared on my screen. "You thought they could protect you." Panic set in. How did this person know about my call to 911? Was I being watched? My mind raced with thoughts of a potential intruder, someone lurking in the shadows just beyond my sight. I dialed 911 again, desperation evident in my voice as I explained the situation. The dispatcher assured me that an officer was on the way and advised me to secure myself in a room, away from windows and doors. I followed the instructions, my heart pounding in my chest. The seconds dragged on as I waited for help to arrive, each passing moment amplifying the sinister atmosphere that enveloped my home. The phone buzzed again, a message that sent a chill down my spine. Alone in the dark, but not for long. Fear gripped me, and I clutched my phone tightly. How did this person know about my surroundings? The dimly lit room seemed to close in around me, shadows dancing on the walls as my imagination conjured nightmare scenarios. Just as I was about to reply, the sound of sirens pierced the night. Relief washed over me as the patrol car pulled up to my house. I rushed to the door, grateful for the arrival of the officers who would surely put an end to this terror. The officers, stern-faced but professional, questioned me about the messages and checked the perimeter of my home. They assured me that everything seemed secure and advised me to stay vigilant. Before leaving, they urged me to contact them immediately if anything else occurred. As the patrol car disappeared into the night, I cautiously returned to my living room. The sense of security was short-lived as a new message appeared on my phone. "They can't protect you. I'm already inside." Dread settled in as I frantically rechecked the locks on my doors and windows. How was this possible? Had the intruder managed to elude the officers? I considered fleeing my home, seeking refuge elsewhere, but the fear that this unknown person was watching my every move paralyzed me. A sudden realization struck a hidden corner of the basement that I rarely used. It could be the perfect hiding place. I grabbed my phone and rushed to the basement, my footsteps echoing in the darkness. The air was damp, and the flickering light of a single bulb barely illuminated the space. As I reached a secluded corner, I huddled in the shadows, trying to make myself as inconspicuous as possible. My phone buzzed with another message. "I hope you like hiding." The basement seemed to close in around me, the silence broken only by the thud of my heart. Time blurred as I waited in the darkness, unsure of what horrors awaited me. The minutes felt like an eternity, and the fear intensified with each passing second. Suddenly, a shuffling sound echoed through the basement. I held my breath, the darkness concealing me like a cloak. The footsteps grew louder, closer. My phone buzzed again. "Found you." Panic surged as I realized the intruder was in the basement with me. I clutched my phone, ready to dial 911 again, but fear paralyzed my movements. The footsteps approached, and a shadowy figure emerged from the darkness. In the dim light, I saw a silhouette wearing a mask, a chilling visage that sent shivers down my spine. The intruder's eyes glinted with malice as they advanced toward me. I fumbled for my phone, desperate for a lifeline, but it slipped from my trembling hands. The figure spoke in a hushed whisper, sending chills down my spine. "You can't escape. I've been watching you for a long time." The intruder loomed over me, and the basement seemed to close in, the air thick with the stench of fear. My mind raced, desperately searching for an escape. The phone lay just out of reach, its glow a mocking reminder of my isolation. Just as the figure reached for me, a sudden burst of light flooded the basement. The police officers had returned, responding to an anonymous tip about suspicious activity. The intruder recoiled, caught off guard by the unexpected arrival. But the element of surprise lost, the masked figure fled into the shadows. The officers pursued, their shouts echoing through the basement. I stayed hidden, paralyzed by the recent terror, until the officers returned to assure me that the intruder had escaped. As dawn broke, casting a hesitant light over my home, the police took my statement. The mysterious figure remained at large, their true identity and motives still shrouded in darkness. The officers promised to continue their investigation, but the lingering fear and uncertainty stayed with me. In the aftermath, I became hyper-aware of my surroundings, always looking over my shoulder. The intrusion into my personal space left scars that no amount of time could heal. The fear of the unknown, the feeling of being watched, became a haunting specter that lingered long after the night of terror had ended. The messages, the footsteps, the masked figure all remained as fragments of a nightmare, a chilling reminder that darkness could encroach upon even the most ordinary of nights.
Me stuck, creak, deep, green, the story, tent, the,